Good day, children. Today we shall talk about the properties of nitric acid. When we are talking about the properties, we refer to the physical properties as well as the chemical properties. Now, the physical properties of nitric acid are, if we talk about the color, the pure acid is colorless. But the commercially prepared, when it is prepared on a large scale, commercially prepared, has a slight yellowish tinge in it. Okay, you already know the reason. Well, the odor is suffocating. Taste, because all acids are sour in taste, this one is also. Physiologically, it is a non-poisonous gas, non-poisonous acid, and it is highly soluble in water. So these are the physical properties of nitric acid. If it accidentally falls on the skin, because it is highly corrosive, it leaves blisters on the skin, and it stains the skin yellow. Actually, there is some protein present in our skin. That protein combines with nitric acid and forms what is known as xanthopyretic acid, which is yellow in color. So you can be asked, actually when sulfuric acid falls on our skin, it stains the skin black, it chars the skin, it burns the skin. But if nitric acid falls on the skin, it stains the skin yellow. So why is it yellow? Because of the formation of xanthopyretic acid, which is formed when nitric acid combines with the protein present in the skin. Alright, now the chemical properties. Now this is an acid and you have already studied the properties of a number of acids so far. So obviously it shows certain acidic properties, but there is something very different from rest of the acids. Before we talk about the properties of being an acid, I will tell you about the stability. Nitric acid is quite an unstable acid. What do you mean by unstable? Unstable because it is very prone to decomposition. It decomposes when the temperature is increased or when sunlight falls over it. So it decomposes very quickly. When it decomposes, HNO3 breaks down into NO2 and H2O and oxygen. This happens to be a colored component, reddish brown. You know the color. It is reddish brown in color. Okay. So because of the formation of this, the acid becomes slightly yellow. How to remove this yellowish tinge, you already know. So this was regarding the stability. Then talking about the acidic properties. See, I will give this as a homework for you. Acidic properties. Before we talk about any other property, I'll tell you that nitric acid is a very, very strong oxidizing agent. Its oxidizing properties dominate over the acidic properties. Okay, so there are a number of properties which any acid would have shown, but they are not shown by nitric acid. Okay, now this is for you to find out. You will write down the chemical properties of nitric acid being an acid, and especially you will write down which properties are not shown by nitric acid being an acid. It means that there are certain properties which are shown by other acids like HCl, H2SO4, but they are not shown by nitric acid because the oxidizing property dominates over the acidic properties. So you have to find out which properties are not shown by nitric acid because the oxidizing properties are predominant. Alright, now talking about the oxidizing properties. First of all, when a moderately concentrated nitric acid, moderately concentrated can be dilute also. So when moderately concentrated nitric acid decomposes, it forms water and nitric oxide, NO, and nascent oxygen. Nascent form of any gas is written like this. It will be put on the square bracket and you will write a single atom. Then if HNO3 is concentrated, then it will decompose and it will form H2O and NO2, and this will also give you nascent oxygen. So the only difference is that when the reaction is taking place with dilute nitric acid, nitric oxide is formed in the products, and when the acid is concentrated, NO2 is formed in the product. The oxidizing property of nitric acid is so strong that it can oxidize everything, almost everything. It can oxidize non-metals, it can oxidize metals, it can oxidize inorganic compounds as well as organic compounds. So almost everything can be oxidized by nitric acid. Alright, now I will take one example, say non-metals. Non-metals is carbon. When carbon combines with nitric acid, which is concentrated and also at a high temperature, hot. So when carbon combines with hot and concentrated nitric acid, it is oxidized to carbon dioxide. Carbon, oxygen has been added to it. Which oxygen? The nascent oxygen. Now, actually when nitric acid is decomposing, it is forming oxygen. Because this is the nascent form of the gas, it is very, very highly reactive. Now, whatever will come and react with nitric acid, this oxygen will quickly combine with the other substance and oxidize it. That is what makes nitric acid a strong oxidizing agent. So, carbon comes and combines with nitric acid. That nascent oxygen quickly combines with carbon and oxidizes carbon to carbon dioxide. And rest of the products are the same. H2O, same products. H2O and NO2. Because the acid was concentrated, so NO2. Alright. Now, and this is the oxidized product. Why do we call it the oxidized product? Because oxygen has been added to the reactant. Initially, we had only carbon. The oxygen provided by nitric acid combines with oxygen with carbon and forms carbon dioxide. So this is the oxidized product. You can be asked a question, name the oxidized product formed when carbon combines with nitric acid, concentrated nitric acid. So you will say carbon dioxide. Okay. Similarly, the reaction can also be written with sulfur. When concentrated nitric acid combines with sulfur, just like that, this one also forms, actually it forms sulfur dioxide and H2O and NO2, but SO2 and H2O combine together and they form H2SO4, and the remaining products are the same. Alright, now to balance the equation, 4 nitric oxide and 2 water and 4 NO2, and for sulfur 6 molecules of nitric acid are required, 2 molecules of water are formed and 6 molecules of NO2 are formed. Alright, so this is also the oxidized product. These are the 2 oxidized products. Excuse me. Now see, we started with one acid, nitric acid, and another acid was produced. So you can be asked the question, name a non-metal. Name a non-metal. I am talking of this. Name a non-metal which combines with one acid and produces another. So this is one acid and another acid is produced, or this can also be used for the preparation of sulfuric acid. This is a very important reaction, so you must learn it by heart. Alright, so this is when non-metals are oxidized by nitric acid. Let's talk about metals. Alright, among the metals, when you're writing the reaction with say copper with, I will take the example of both dilute nitric acid as well as concentrated. Now copper when combines with say dilute nitric acid, then it will form copper nitrate and water and nitric oxide. Okay, 3 molecules of copper and 3 molecules of copper nitrate, 4 molecules of water, and 2 molecules of NO. Okay. So copper, when reacts with dilute nitric acid, it forms copper nitrate. Now why I have taken this example is that because copper happens to be lower in the reactivity series, it is not likely to displace hydrogen from the acid molecule. But this is not we are not talking about the acidic property. This is oxidation being caused. So the negative radical comes and attaches itself with copper and forms copper nitrate. So this is the oxidized product. Oxidized product. Alright. Now the same copper, when it combines with the concentrated nitric acid, alright, it will form copper nitrate. The rest of the products are the same, and water, and this time NO2. This is the difference. In case of concentrated, NO2 is formed. In case of dilute, NO is formed. Alright. So you have to remember that when you are talking about reacting of copper with concentrated nitric acid, we are not talking of the acidic properties. We are talking about the oxidizing properties, and copper gets oxidized to copper nitrate. Why is copper nitrate the oxidized product? Because the electronegative radical comes and attaches itself to the metal. Alright. Now similarly, you will write the reaction with zinc as well as you will write it with iron. Remember that iron has a variable valency. It has a valency of 2 as well as 3. When iron will react with dilute HNO3, then ferrous nitrate will be formed, and when iron will react with concentrated HNO3, ferric nitrate will be formed. So this is what you have to remember. Now this I am giving you as a homework. You will write down the reaction of iron and zinc with dilute nitric acid as well as with concentrated nitric acid. In case of zinc, it will not make a difference, only the difference of NO and NO2. But when you are writing the reaction with iron, as I told you, with dilute HNO3, it will form ferrous nitrate. With concentrated nitric acid, it will form ferric nitrate. You have to remember this. Okay. And one more thing I want you to find out. Find out which metals become passive. Passive means no longer reactive. They become passive on reacting with nitric acid. And why? Reacting with nitric acid. And why? What makes them passive? Okay. Then you will also find out that are there any metals which can combine with nitric acid and form hydrogen. Actually, this property is not shown, which is shown by other acids. Nitric acid doesn't show this property because, as I told you, that oxygen which is produced quickly comes and combines with hydrogen and forms water. So hydrogen gas, unlike other acids, is not liberated when any metal combines with nitric acid. But is there an exception? Is there any metal which can combine with nitric acid and liberate hydrogen? So this is what you are going to find out. Okay. Also find out what is aqua regia. What is aqua regia? Alright, and what is its relevance? Now that is all we had in your syllabus out of nitric acid. Rest of the things like its oxidizing nature with inorganic compounds, with organic compounds, how is the testing being done, and what are its uses, that is for you to read. I will be asking you questions in the interactive session. Alright children, God bless you.